And welcome to the Lords of Loud podcast. We're just four guys who enjoy a good debate about music. We thought we'd move our rants and discussions into the podcast era. I'm Lord Ben, Lord of the Lords. I'm the Walrus. As always with me I have Lord Brett, he is the Eggman. Lord Kev, he is the Scotch Eggman. And Lord Al, he's the Eggplant. Lords of Loud. And welcome back to the Lords of Loud. Thanks for joining us on another exciting episode. And let's get straight into it with Album of the Week. All Al, right. I believe you've got something amazing for us this week.
Well, I'm not sure. But let's go with it anyway. So the one that I'm currently listening to in the car is Angus and Julia Stone. And it's their... What? No. It's their...
An enigma, that's all.
Yeah, it's their self-titled album, but it's their third album in.
Yep. The Stones.
Hey?
The Stones.
Talented siblings.
I thought it was father-daughter. I thought it was really young dad and a very old daughter.
He does have a beard.
No.
Does have a beard.
Well, no, it's siblings.
Well, it's just a photo on the album. It's a little hard to tell. Anyway.
What do you like about the album, Mel?
What do I like it? It's quite... like the first song is quite moody. Like the lyrics aren't saying much apart from... I heard so-and-so talking about love... basically they were lying, and then girl, you're a heartache type of thing. So there's not much to the lyrics, but in terms of how it all builds up, it's very moody, dark. It kind of holds out through the whole album a little bit. Like when they're a little moody, they do that really well. Other times it's just a little bit cruisy. Rick Rubin was producer on that. So
Rick Rubin.
Yes, I don't know if he,
strange, isn't it? Given his background.
Yeah.
He does so many different things.
Yeah,
that's the thing, and he's...
No, I'm more surprised that they chose him, or him as a producer, as opposed to the reverse. Yeah.
Well, all I understand that Rick mainly does is to sit there and help the artists do whatever it is that they want to do, and try and not make it sound shit. Because I've seen an interview with him and he's got this massive beard and he looks like a biker. And then he talks and he's just a massive surfer dude.
Yeah.
And he's really...
And Angus bonded over their love of beard wax or something like that.
Maybe. But it was... I don't know whether it's a Rick Rubin magic or whether it's their third album. They've got the shit together. Because I haven't heard anything else apart from a single. And so in many ways it's very typical... Angus and Julia Stone, vocal delivery. Sometimes they're not really, even though they do sing together, it's not closely matched. They'll slightly overlap a bit, so it sounds a little bit sloppy, but that's their style.
They're going
and it works.
Yeah, okay.
It's not like First Aid Kit where it's tight unison.
Yeah, because after the first couple of albums, they went off and did solo projects. And so they've obviously, maybe they've adapted some of that. Maybe they've come back together on the pretense that let's try to have an album where, we come together and do maybe some closer stuff, but let's almost have our own little solo songs on there as well.
Yeah, there are a few there, but overall, apart from a few songs, I just really like it. It's not... It was one that grew on me a bit, and I only bought it because it was like $1. So...
And I'm not surprised you like it, because when I think of moody and cruisy, you're the first person that comes to mind.
Yeah, thanks, Brent.
And please don't mention First Aid Kit in the same breath as Julie and Angus Stone.
No, it's just it was more the
they're on a whole nother level.
Well, they are listening to First Aid Kit, you would swear that one person has just done just track their own vocal to get that close in everything that they're doing. In terms of timing, whereas these guys are not, but that's their thing.
So you're saying, and that album, that's the self-titled album?
Yeah, self-titled album. Third one in, it was 2014 or something. So
very good.
Album of the week.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
So
jump on Facebook.
Jump on Facebook.
Tell me what you think.
Do yourself a favour.
I may answer, I may not.
Yep. Great.
I can tell you that I don't know who First Aid Kit are, but I can tell you that Liam, my 4-year-old,
we need to find out,
loves singing along with Big Jet playing, and it's pretty cute. And I think anyone can get a 4-year-old to sing along.
Sure.
Doing the right thing.
Well, that's the first that I heard of them, and it was from something that you lent me. So.
Oh. To blame.
You're to blame.
Good.
All right. Very good. So tonight's episode is sponsored by the LP Sesame Street 1, the original cast record.
Yes, original cast.
Yeah, released on the Axis label. This is from 1974, and this has all the classics from Sesame Street here. We've got, obviously, the Sesame Street theme. We've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Yeah. Everything on here.
Rubber Ducky.
What a kid's called. I think Rubber, let's check here. Yeah, oh no. Yeah, Rub Your Tummy.
No, that's not the same.
Rubber Ducky is on here, sorry.
Rub My One?
Yeah, Rubber Ducky's on here. It ends the second side. It's
One of these kids?
It's the big finale.
One of these kids?
Yep.
No,
I Love Trash.
yeah.
Of course, Oscars.
Let's have a quick look, because I'm wondering whether it's... Because I've got, and my wife told me to get it out of the way just last night.
Yep.
So the Sesame Street album is folding over on its cover. Do you want to move it somewhere so it doesn't get in the way?
Oh, jeez, okay, yeah.
So this, obviously, you got the Big Bird song, Sesame Street theme.
Yeah.
I've got two,
Yeah,
yes, definitely. Going for a ride. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember what a kid's called. I know what I called them in the privacy.
So Alan's
I used to have a cassette. Well, my mum used to have a cassette of this and used to play it in the car. And I have fond memories of listening to this, going where God knows where I was going, but in the car from.
You had a record player in the car?
I think mine's slightly different, but a lot of overlap with the songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we've had a lot of, tongue-in-cheek album sponsors.
Yeah,
this one's just going down a bomb, isn't it?
Oh, this is
people are just pouring over this.
Yeah,
it is great.
And look, we worked on that for a long time to get them to sponsor us tonight.
That's right. It's taken a lot.
Yeah,
It's been dead long enough, is that
very,
what we
very lucky.
25 years has passed.
What's interesting is the level of musicianship in Sesame Street and the Muppet Show. I mean, they're absolutely brilliant musicians.
Oh, that dog.
That dog. Ralph.
I mean, classically trained. I mean,
How good is he on the keys?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
With those balls.
The level of precision is impressive.
Yeah. All right.
fuck you. Yes, there is some awesome musicians on those albums.
All right.
Especially Dr. Teeth.
Let's get into tonight's main theme, which is, we had I think about 40 million people request another hidden gems episode.
The most requested.
Broke the internet. Basically broke the internet.
Yeah, the internet also broke.
Yep.
I think even Kim Kardashian requested it.
Yeah.
Which broke it doubly.
Or did she request us not to do anymore?
Possibly.
That's right. So, hidden gems. Let's get into it.
Let's get them
So
out.
who do we say I'm kicking off here?
We couldn't decide.
We couldn't decide?
Yeah, what we need is like a 26-sided dice.
That's right.
That's right.
Executive decision.
All with Ben's name on it.
You're up, Ben.
Whoever can whip the gems out the fastest.
All right, so I'm starting with a...
Oh, let's go with Ben.
And I was, the problem with some of these is, and I have a bit of a theme here, for some reason a lot of mine are early 2000s to mid 2000s tonight. I don't know why they're all sitting in that pocket, but the problem I have is that they were probably hidden gems back then when I was listening to them, but potentially some of these acts could be now not so hidden, but we'll see how we go. So my first one is a band called The Amazing, a Swedish prog rock, psych rock sort of band, and the particular album that I want to highlight tonight is called The Gentle Stream, from 2009. So...
No one's laughing.
Al.
No one's laughing.
Kev looked at me.
Let's keep it civil. Al, can you
There's nothing worse than if
you
it's
able to find me some
pissing all over you.
Mr. DJ? Can you find that particular song there?
I'll find the Gentle Stream for you.
This is a very good album all up, but
we'll let the listener be the judge.
sure.
Where'd you say they were from?
It's a Swedish
Yeah.
band.
It's like the most un-Swedish thing ever. Zeppelin-esque almost.
I can can feel the moon rising through Aquarius.
Yeah. So I feel like we're missing a channel. We're missing a channel. Something's not right.
Missing a channel.
Those speakers again. I get the idea, you know. It's a very nice.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Is it Swedish or English?
Swedish.
Okay.
Sorry, it's English words.
Oh, okay.
They're a Swedish band.
And it could have been recorded. That could have, you know.
So this is the,
so
that's
that
the
was
amazing.
2000.
The amazing.
Gentle Stream.
2000 and something.
2009.
But that's
Okay.
authentic, you know, 60s, 70s. Psychedelic.
Yeah. It's very cool. Yeah, it's a very cool album. You should check out the rest of it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Sort of reminding me of King Gizzard or something like that. The way they were able to just like time period, just travel you through.
Wearing their influences on their sleeve there. And,
On their wizard sleeves.
So that's my first one. Brett, did you have a hidden gems?
No, well, Al's there. Al, what do you got?
Well, I've only got. I've got 3 songs, but they're all by the same band. So it might just be easier if I look at the band itself.
So we're not doing that episode. We're
No, damn it, we're doing it my way.
Okay.
So the band is Superfood.
Superfood.
They've only
This
had
is yours or Brett's?
This is mine.
This is yours. Okay.
Yes,
Superfood.
Yes, they've only had 2 albums, and I think they've not pulled the plug completely, but they're having a break.
Okay.
So this came out just a couple of years ago. I can't remember exactly. A couple of years ago. We'll say that. And I've got no idea where I heard the first song that I'm about to play, but I liked it, and so I ended up going back to listen to some of the others. Fantastic. So this one is Double Dutch by Superfood.
Cool.
I tried to jump in, I realized I was good at it.
Let me share a scene, let me play. No one going out of time. You're that flexible the words that you think. See how some cars like the line.
Cool. And is this indicative of like most of their sort of sound?
Oh, it's a bit of a mix. Like the first album was a little more Britpop.
Yep.
So this album.
Sorry, are they British or?
Yeah, from Birmingham.
Birmingham. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the album is Bambino. Bambino.
Bambino. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2017.
Okay. Pretty modern.
Yeah. So this is indicative of a couple of tracks, but not all tracks on the album.
Yep.
Just very cruising, electronic feel.
I
Just
like
the 2 of them. Start off as a 4-piece, but they're now 2. So there's that one.
Very good. Yeah.
And then there's one called Need a Little Spider. It takes a little while to kick in.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, so I couldn't actually find a lot about them, but
So you're saying that they've had 2 albums. They seem to have.
Yeah, they put they're having a break at the moment, possibly forever. But
How did you discover them?
I have no idea. Like it was Double Dutch, and so possibly like the first song, and it was possibly Triple J. Just one of those random moments during the day. It's just like, oh, here's a cool song.
I don't mind that. Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind that. And then
Sure.
lit up to this.
Cool. All right.
Just that one.
You got one more of them?
No,
to play?
one more.
Alright.
Same album again. And this one is called Unstoppable, but I have a feeling that we will stop it at some point.
But we will.
Superfood.
Superfood. Yep.
Cool. Okay. Very good.
Well, cool.
All right, Kev, did you have something you wanted to?
Yeah,
Sure.
I've got one. I've gone like early 2000s as well, and I don't know why. It just seems to be a thing. But this is an Australian band. I think sometimes I misread the brief for these things because like I get confused reading a hidden gem and a personal favourite type of thing. So this is kind of a bit of both. It's like from an album from a band that I didn't really love when I first got to Australia, but the album they released, Volcanella, was just full of great tracks, to the point where like it's almost if we ever did a one on just a all filler no killer, it was like that. Just a beautifully put together thing. You wouldn't have thought they were capable of really an album before, and on this album this song just got to me over and over and over. So it's called All My Crushes. And it's good with a bit of volume, of course, but hidden gem maybe.
So what was the band called?
Magic Dot.
Magic Dot. Oh yeah.
I do remember Magic Dirt from the time, but not really familiar with the music. It's more just the name.
Oh, they were around everywhere. They did all the livids, and there was just this muddy mess of stuff on stage. And you sort of went, oh yeah. And that's why this album was a surprise, because it just came out so much more polished. They'd just taken out a lot of the grunge and really were a heavy rock grungy noise.
Yeah.
And they just started to write hooks.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure the speakers are doing it justice because it's a cranker, but you get the idea. There we go. Magic Dot. That's D-U-R-T.
Brett, what do you got?
Okay, so I've got songs here that we're not going to play because I realise they belong in another podcast called Deep Cuts.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Because they're too well known. So it's like fuck.
I'm not sure these guys are awfully
I've missed the brief a bit.
Yeah.
So let me quickly.
Was that your knees, Brett?
That was my knees. Yeah, sorry about that.
He's okay, Katie. That was. He's all right.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can pull this up.
He's on his
I've just gone,
knees, he's
deep
pulling
cuts.
something
That's
up.
what this. But the fucking hell.
All right. So Kev, you've got one. What?
Oh yeah. So this one's back in the 90s. Indie classics, throwing muses, and that may be hidden enough for you, but this little track's called "Rabbits Dying," and it's it's for Al.
So we're back.
I've kind of asked Al to put it to
Watership Down.
There's just this great little combination play they do, or you can't really pinpoint. They don't do what you expect. They start in with this long, moody intro. Which is all very atmospheric and nice. Kirsten Hirsch going crazy as Per, and then there's a cowbell and off they go, and it's just a lovely
More cowbell.
Lovely thing.
Yeah.
There's actually 16 hits in this cowbell in this song, all in a row. I don't know if we'll get to that bit.
Hit us out.
Don't say you're brave. Look up, can't see the rising light yet. The rabbit's dying.
Slightly different from the intro.
Yeah. So sorry, where are these guys from?
Oh, they're basically remember what town they're from.
Yeah.
I think it's Boston or something like that. But they come out of that sort of early Pixies time, and
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like that sort of Sonic Youth type, a little bit of a.
But they had that kind of like country funk sound as well, just thrown in for good measure. And great players. Dave, I'm going to say Navarro, he's I can't do his surname, but the drummer was just a fantastic piece of work. And one of the reasons I really loved that song was because it was so un-indie. Like there's a lot of moody stuff around, jingle jangle guitars, and they just like jumped up at you
straight up.
As I say, later in the track, there's like 16 cowbell hits in a row. So he's just playing away. You've chopped me off there, but he's playing away. And as a break, as a fill, instead of what any other drummer would do, would be go around the kit, he just goes
straight into the cowbells.
And it just works brilliantly. So
nice.
Rabbit's dying.
Very good.
Maybe he's actually hitting the rabbit with his.
That's right.
All right.
Wearing the cowbell.
Sounds like an iced rabbit.
All right, so my next one is a band called Pavlov's Dog, and this is off an album called At the Sound of the Bell, to match in with the name perfectly.
At the Sound of the Cowbell.
So they're I guess they're a prog rock band, but they're more just sort of straight, there's also sort of folk prog and just sort of straight rock, I guess, at different times. But this isn't necessarily a proggy song, but this is called Gold Nuggets. This is the first album of theirs, and a great band.
If you're looking for a star, chances are you will go far.
It's got a very Tiny Tim voice. You got to get past that.
When's this from?
This is like 70s, late 70s.
And there's a glow from above.
Sounds like Melody Sarsgaard.
Sorry, I don't know if it's late 70s. Let me just check this.
So is it a boy singing?
It is a boy.
Really? Wow.
It's a love you can show, and it's time for being alone. And 'cause people like me.
So this is like this is like 70, 75.
I think I'd probably classify more as horse nuggets than gold nuggets.
You won't feel like a long, long time. And I'll be here when the Rockies start to spring. I can't bring it 'cause it's just too cold.
Well, Mr. DJ. Mr. DJ turns it off. Sorry.
I would have to see a video of the guy singing just to cement it in my head, because I can't see it.
No.
I can't see it. I get the Tiny Tim thing.
Sorry, that's at the Sound of the Bell was their second album, 76. So, it is.
It was shortly after the house fell on the Wicked Witch of the West.
That's right.
And everyone comes out, and he was there.
But I think that's why it's a hidden gem. I think the songs are incredible, especially off their first two albums. I think his voice is just such a barrier for people. They just couldn't. They just didn't crack it. They're known in sort of prog rock circles and whatever. Like people who go searching for that sort of stuff. They're really people like it. Like I love both their first few albums, but it is. I get that it's a barrier for people to get past that voice, but if you can get past it, there's actually some really, really good music and songs in there.
I guess it'd be hard at the time, like being the rest of the band and going, we like, it's like lyrically, yes, we like what he's saying, but not sure whether this is going to be the new sound.
Yeah,
and everyone will go, these guys were right at the front.
That's right.
Yeah,
or do we trust our instincts and stab them in the eye?
Yeah. I want to know why in my head I go straight to prog. But I go straight to prog.
Yeah.
I go, is it the lack of a strong driving bass, and it almost sounds like a little bard going on,
Yes. Yeah, it sounds like a little mandolin in there. I don't think you're a million miles off prog with that.
No.
No. But it's interesting, isn't it, that there's just a couple of little things where you go, I'm in the prog era here. Isn't this cool?
It's a bit like an elf.
But it's exactly. Exactly. Again, and that's what we've talked about in the past. It's those sort of Celtic / Tolkien-esque
like
themes,
pre-true prog in the 60s and 70s. Bands like Jethro Tull and stuff. You had a guy standing there in front of a room full of stone people playing a flute with one leg in there. I mean, what are you going to think?
Well, no, I'm thinking this guy's dancing next to a brook.
Exactly. Exactly.
In some sort of tunic.
That's the sort of mythology that builds around that sound of prog, that's anyway. All right, Brett, so what's your one there?
Thanks for everyone's patience. Maybe you guys know this guy, Thomas Dolby.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
he's famous with the sound system.
That's not hidden, mate. Start again.
room in her house that was always kept locked. It was the garage.
It's no weird science. Alright, so what made you pick this up?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember how but I discovered it at the time.
Yeah.
It's that lovely sort of parody sort of stuff. He's just got that.
It's almost a spy soundtrack. With an electronic twist.
Yeah. And it's funny.
Yeah.
From what era? Because I don't know nothing about
This is the 80s.
80s.
Okay.
So his weird science.
Blinded Me with Science.
Yeah, Blinded Me with Science.
Right, okay.
Soundtrack.
Yeah. And so he just got some great. And he was also in the Wall, wasn't he?
Was he? Yeah, okay.
I think he was one of the cast members of the Wall.
Ah, okay. Right, yeah. Like he had some great electronic albums.
Yeah.
I'm a big Dolby fan, I have to say.
Yeah.
And I could trump you. I could hidden gem inside a hidden gem.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a song called "Flying North." There's lots of great Dolby tracks, really. And this is this is one of the albums, and the other one, Golden Age of the Wireless, I think. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Big fan.
But it's a little bit, dare I say, like when the Beatles used to go, let's do 1920s, a little 1920s rag song, and it feels authentic. And it's the same in here. The guitarist, the bass player, they're just all over that scene.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about him, whether he had a usual band of misfits that he played with, or he just went, just pluck these guys.
He was like the original, one-man electronic musician.
He pioneered a lot of that electronic stuff.
You went and saw him. He had the scientist look. I mean, this wasn't a mistake.
He'd bring in guest vocal snippets, like to record little bits and pieces, but he was mostly just a mad scientist there with his synths and drum machines and stuff. And
But I love it, and this is from the album Aliens Ate My Buick, and it is the whole album is very similar. I just think it's awesome.
Cool.
And like I said, it's often quite funny, and he makes fun of himself and the girls who never liked him. It's really cool.
See, I didn't like that. I liked the miserable, sad, quiet stuff. I think when he got quite poppy like that, and it became a very different thing, more successful, and of course the script. I was like, but yeah, I absolutely believe that he is in himself a hidden gem. I mean, particularly, do yourself a favour. You're always giving shout outs, but I think you would really, really love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I've got a couple of his records, and love the popular stuff. Like I said, the blinded me with Science off the Weird Science soundtrack. But
Europa and the Pirate Twins, all that stuff. Flying.
No,
some of our submarines.
Cool.
I've
had a really great atmospheric type of skill as well as this type of sort of, as you say, parody almost, but just like let's just take this sound, let's just swing beat, let's just take it to the max. And you can hear the electronica being able to push it further than it normally would. It would sound like real instruments as well going elastic. And he did the same thing very beautifully with that atmospheric stuff when he needed to. Like it slowed down and he was able to fill sound very nicely. So
cool. While I'm on a roll, can I keep going?
Sure.
Gentlemen.
Now you're down there.
While I'm down here, let's see if this works.
Come and gather all around me.
Maybe it's a hidden gem. This is Roy Cooder doing Burma's Story.
We're back in your pocket now.
Lots of things you ought to know. Take a tip from one who's traveled and never stopped to ramble around. Cause once you get the Roman fever, wanna settle down, boy. Never wanna settle down. Met a little gal in Frisco. I asked her to be my wife. Told her I was tired of
Very cool. So tell us the story on this one.
So I came across a song on a. It was an extra track on a Black Crowes album. And first of all,
They were doing a cover, or
yeah. First of all, I thought, oh, these guys have written this awesome song. It's like, it's like lyrics are, met this little girl in Frisco, asked to be my wife, told her I was tired of roaming, going to settle down for life. Then I heard the whistle blowing, and I knew it was the Red Bull train. So I left that gal beside the railroad and never saw that gal again. And I thought, wow, they've written a really cool song. And then you find out, no, hang on.
it's a cover of something. Yeah,
It's a cover, and you go back to the original recording of it, and you go, this is an awesome little song. It's such a lovely groove in it. I don't know, it almost sounds like Leave It on Helm.
Yeah. Sounds like something
Singing
the
and
band would have
playing.
done. Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just such a nice little... Again, in opposite to Thomas Dolby, which is, you just go back to, no, it's just a simple groove.
Rootsy sort of.
And that really lovely guitar, which is,
Very
chunking up and down in and out of the lyrics. Yeah, I just love that stuff.
great. All right, Kev, you got another one there for us?
I've been inspired actually.
Okay. Is that it? No.
It was just about to play, wasn't it?
And who's this, Kev?
Here we got Kev.
Oh, this is a guy called Blaze Foley.
Oh yeah.
And
almost felt he touching me.
sort of
Just now.
definition of a hidden gem in the sense that no one ever found him. He died before he became successful.
Oh, wow.
Really an inspiration and a travelling companion of Towns Van Sant back in the day.
Yeah.
And basically all of those guys that came out of that sort of authentic country scene, if you want to call it that, held him up as really the one guy that was true and, kind of like really, what was the word? I guess authentic, lived the life that he was singing about.
Yeah.
Heartbroken, tortured type of person. And that's a song he wrote about someone he had to leave behind so that he could go on the road and drink himself to death.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a common dream.
Not everyone gets to live it.
That's right. That's right.
He was. It was interesting between him and Towns Van Sant. He couldn't understand how Towns Van Sant could write these songs because he hadn't lived the life, whereas he felt he had.
Yeah.
But they were best mates and everything. And yeah,
So what was that song called?
that's called "If I Could Only Fly."
And give us the name of the guy again. So
Blaze Foley.
Blaze
Blaze Foley.
Yeah, okay, cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I've got another one here. Broken Bells. Now, this is a...
Sounds painful.
I'd have a week off work.
This is one of these little side projects by sort of, some other well-known artists. And this is actually the producer / DJ Danger Mouse and James Mercer, who's the lead singer from the Shins. They created this little
Supergroup.
Yeah, they created this little offshoot called Broken Bells.
Nice.
And this album is from 2010, and just a catchy sort of post-pop type of just what you expect, I guess. Shins, obviously are known for often doing a sort of a sound that's derived from that sort of 60s pop sort of sound, but here it's like the combination of the more electronic sound that maybe Danger Mouse is bringing and that sort of 60s pop, but it's just creates a sort of great little post-pop thing. So yeah, Al, hit us with I think the song I've chosen here is The High Road off that album.
go straight in.
Yeah, it's got a really cool sound when the sort of verses cut in here.
Who's out to wait all night? She's bound to run a mile. The best of enough of it anyhow. She reaches on the garden sorting out. She curls her lips on a bow. I don't know if it's dead or not. But she went and walked.
It's really cool, groovy sort of.
It sort of reminds me when Daniel Johns from Silverchair teamed up with Paul Mac and they did that sort of electronic collaboration thing.
Which is a great album. Yeah.
It's got the tendency to sound a bit sort of like, right, you have the intro, I'll have the verse type of thing. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like sometimes it's a bit like, well, we can't stand in each other. It's not easy to mesh it in really brilliantly.
Sure.
Yeah. But it can happen.
This really works. This they managed to pull it off.
There's a band called Electronic back in the 90s, and that was Bernard Sumner and Johnny Marr, and the pair of them, you know, came from the same background, but they went into a different genre, you know, and that was a neat trick to play because everyone expected guitars and you know indie pop to ensue, but they sort of went in a different road. But yeah, that's a great really quirky, first 30 seconds in there.
Oh, that was really wild, the first 30 seconds. That's awesome.
I encourage you to check out the album. They do a good job. It's like an album that you don't, like you think, why didn't you go on and do other, I think they've done one other album after that. But it's, like I say, it's a bit of a side project thing. That particular album, it's great right through. There's no filler on that one.
Wow.
I'm definitely thinking we're heading towards a killer, no filler. Album off.
Does someone else have something else they want to throw in there?
Are you done?
All right. Well, very good. Well, let's end it there. And thanks for listening. And I guess we'll do another Hidden Gems at another time. But until next time, goodbye from Lords of Loud.
And don't forget to check out our website, lordsofloud.com, and also find us on Instagram and Facebook, both at Lords of Loud. Thanks for listening.